PRC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is James Spann. This is the afternoon Weather Extreme video. This is for Wednesday, the 25th day of March. Many concerns in coming days, so let's get right to it. Give you a full, detailed briefing. We should answer all your questions here. Thanks for taking the time to watch. The rain is falling in Birmingham. That's the view coming from the top of the Daniel building at 2 o'clock. Good, steady rain. East Alabama, raindrops there on the Lens at Mount Cheahaw. That's at Cheahaw State Park, elevation 2,407 feet above sea level, Alabama's highest mountain. And in Trussville, northeast of Birmingham, rain falling there. And there's the big picture. Radar this afternoon showing a large mass of rain across the state. A bit of thunder involved in that band from near Vance down to Greensboro in West Alabama. And the front that is responsible for this rain today will be stalling out somewhere near or south of here tonight. And a series of waves move along the front. It's going to be a complex dual flood severe weather threat between now and Saturday. First off, for now, the air is stable. You can see there's the current surface-based capes. The instability values this afternoon. All the good instability is really over far south Mississippi, South Louisiana, and the southern half of Texas. Now, that air will be advecting up in here as the week progresses, but I just don't think we have any big severe weather problems today or tonight. But the rain will be an issue. Boy, look at this now. All of a sudden, the QPF guys have gone kind of nuts here. They put down 9 inches of rain at Pensacola between now and Monday morning of next week. Up this way, they're suggesting rainfall amounts of 5 to 6 inches. And again, that's a very good possibility. I think 5 inches, kind of a good average number for the next several days. Some spots may be getting a little more, some spots getting a little less. Depends on how the convection lines up. But again, obviously, all of Alabama will be at risk under flooding conditions, and not exactly the best time for a trip to the Alabama Gulf Coast when you see a map like that. You don't like to see the QPF map flashing 9 inches of rain for Mobile and Baldwin counties when you got a beach trip coming up. All right, convective outlooks. This is for the rest of this afternoon and tonight. A slight risk all the way from the Rio Grande to Birmingham and I-65. And again, I would suggest the risk here is marginal, with very marginal instability values. Tomorrow, a slight risk, and they kind of split the thing up into 2 segments, one over Oklahoma and Arkansas, one over the Gulf Coast states. But this includes basically the southern 2/3 of Alabama from Birmingham south. It's beginning to look like we'll have some convection tomorrow morning, maybe ending and shifting down to the south, and maybe the sun pops out and we see some convection tomorrow night that could go severe. It's a complex situation, and trying to nail down the greatest timing in specific places for severe weather, hard to do even at this stage of the game, but I don't think it will be a major risk. Of course, all it takes is one tornado, and it's a big deal if it's in your neighborhood, of course. But we'll be watching tomorrow and tomorrow night. And I don't think it rains all day tomorrow. And again, I wouldn't be shocked if we had the rain diminishing in the morning and the sun breaks out for a while tomorrow afternoon, but that will destabilize the atmosphere, maybe setting the stage for a few isolated severe storms tomorrow night. But really, Friday night is the big deal. This is Friday, day 3. A slight risk from Longview and Tyler, Texas, all the way to Roanoke, Alabama. Higher probabilities are from Birmingham to Shreveport. And it is likely that within that area there will be a moderate or a high risk designated, as many parameters are in place for a major tornado/severe weather outbreak. And then Saturday, the risk shifts on to the east. This is valid beginning at 6 o'clock Saturday morning, the risk over East Alabama, and then shifting over toward the Carolinas during the afternoon and evening. Let's look at the modeling. This is the 12Z GFS, the global forecast system, valid at noon tomorrow at 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet off the ground. The initial shortwave lifting north into Canada. The new one drops down in the trough. And again, what that's going to do is kind of keep our front nearly stationary, and the GFS continues to suggest the rain will diminish early in the morning, and the better rain during the day will be down to the south of Birmingham, really from Mobile to Dothan, south of Montgomery. So understand, we could see a pretty decent break from the rain during a pretty good chunk of the day tomorrow, and the sun might break out at times, probably not much, maybe a little bit. But as the front works its way back northward tomorrow night, there could be a few isolated strong to severe storms. But Friday is when things really begin to come together. Surface low developing near Dallas-Fort Worth. Snowstorm across the Texas Panhandle. Oklahoma City could get snow. And it could be a big snow out there late March now. And around here, the rain continues. And again, the GFS is suggesting the heavier rains could be south of here. That's why you got the 9 inches down there on the Gulf Coast. But any storms that break out could go severe. We think what's going to happen is that the warm front lifts north by maybe midday Friday, and the sun breaks out Friday afternoon. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw low 80s. Guidance is not that warm, but sometimes you have to throw the guidance out in this type of situation. It's not going to handle it well. And that'll set the powder keg up. There's a look at Friday night at midnight. Intense upper trough off to the west. Surface low deepening rapidly near Memphis. It's moving up toward Paducah in Cincinnati. Very favorable part of this deep south for severe weather where we are here. Look at some of the instability parameters. This is the surface-based Cape at midnight Friday night coming off the GFS. And instability values are not as extreme as we have seen. This is suggesting they're up there close to 1,500 to 2,000 joules on the Alabama-Mississippi border. And it really looks like here that the GFS is painting maybe the greatest window for severe weather from maybe 9 o'clock Friday night until 6 o'clock Saturday morning. One of these overnight deals that are so problematic and that many people sleep through the warnings and you just can't reach that many people. Look at the helicity. This is the 0 to 1 kilometer storm relative helicity. Numbers are very high. That is very problematic, and that more than likely rotating storms will form. The tornado threat will be very real with this. And one of the composite indices that we like to really see is the EHI, the Energy Helicity Index, and again, that is over 2. Over 2.0, and that's a very significant number over a pretty good chunk of Alabama. And again, all these graphics are valid at midnight Friday night. So we think the main window for the really dangerous weather could be maybe 9 o'clock Friday night until 6 or 7 o'clock Saturday morning. We'll go to midday Saturday, the surface low lifting north up toward Indianapolis with the dry slot working in here. The rain will be ending Saturday morning from west to east, and then Sunday we are dry slotted. Sunny with a high in the low 60s. Now, next week, look at the next trough here. I mean, this is just a parade of storm systems. This one's coming at us in a hurry. The surface chart there on Tuesday morning. This is Tuesday morning at 6 o'clock, showing another deep surface low not too far from Milwaukee with another trailing front. Now, severe weather, I don't know if we can get enough good rich moisture back in here for severe weather. I'd say it's unlikely, but no doubt we have to mention a chance of showers and storms now, late Monday night and Tuesday morning. Then Wednesday of next week, that's gone. Here comes the next one back off to the west. A couple of days later, 3rd of April, negative tilt trough. Another severe weather threat potentially. Again, that's centered April 3rd with a deep surface low at Des Moines. And we'll jump out there to the end of the forecast period, April 10th. Trough in the southwest. And again, that looks quiet, but understand with this very active pattern, it's going to be very hard, if not impossible, to identify specific weather beyond 7 days. Many, many questions about events out there. We just don't know. What we can tell you is that the weather looks active with maybe a storm system every 3 or 4 days. So strap in and get ready for the ride. A lot we'll be talking about in coming days. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this afternoon. We'll have notes on the blog. That's AlabamaWX.com if you're watching this on YouTube or iTunes. The next video posted by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And, of course, if you are local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening. ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and God bless.
Weather.